free will to, basically they told me unless I came to the hospital they'd arrest me. They forced me to be transferred by ambulance here. I mean, when you're threatened with arrest, if you don't go, then that's basically being ordered to go.
Right.
And there's really no reason for me to...
But you're not on Medicaid?
No, see, the thing is this should be sent to the Bowling Green Police. Because legally I'm not responsible under the American Disabilities Act. The police had an obligation to talk with me first to find out what's going on. And then they would have realized there's no merit in bringing me to the hospital. But because of issues with them and past discrimination, I guess they thought they'd try to do something in violation of law, and they brought me here. And this isn't really a legal bill because there is no reason I should ever have been brought here. And that's why I'd like the bill to be sent to the Bowling Green Police. They're the ones that chose to have me brought here. I was out picketing, and while I was picketing, I was surrounded by them and the EMS people, and they said I must be crazy because I was wearing some fake angel wings and had a picket sign saying basically against discrimination by the police and saying crazy for compassion. And
well, let me call the police department.
And picketing, the last thing I ever thought I'd be taken to the hospital like I'm crazy. I guess that's what I get for wearing fake angel wings. She's trying to see if the Bowling Green Police will take care of it for now. Wow.
We can't do that in the police department. So do you have an issue with that?
Well, see, they're the ones that ordered me to come here and already
I know. Dealing with other people a lot.
Well, they tried to use the Ohio mental health law, but they did it illegally the way they did it.
Well, just take that and show
Well, not only that, the fact that the doctor wouldn't commit me is evidence that it wasn't a mental health issue as far as he was concerned. If he had committed me, then actually I think the mental health people, the system would have taken care of the bill, I guess. So it just ends up being...
Yeah, I don't know all those rules.
Well, what's really funny is that they had the authority to decide for themselves or get the sheriff or somebody to commit me under the law, but instead of doing that, I guess they wanted to be lazy and cause an emergency room visit that never needed to happen.
Right. But if I were you,
yeah,
I just go talk to them and get your book with you to show.
Well, the unfortunate thing,
I can't do anything because in my eyes, see, I have to do it.
Well, I'm probably going to end up suing them anyway because of discrimination issues, but I was hoping to try to, I mean, this is sort of outside the, I mean, normally people don't get in this situation, I think.
Now, to keep this from going to collections, should we go ahead and set you up with a payment plan on this, or what do you want to do with that?
You can have it go to the collections, and I'll just fight with the collections people, because the thing is, if anything happens to my credit report, whatever, in theory, I could sue the hospital. And I would...
It's not something we could do.
Well, when somebody's forced to come to a hospital against their will, the hospital should know. And I mean,
what we have to do is we have to treat the patient, take care of them because you were brought in, so it's not our fault. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, obviously there's a loophole in the system that.
I want to be in the middle of it.
Is there like a head administrator I could talk to about this, just so they're aware?
Oh, I'll have notes put in and everything. I guess what I would say that you need to do is to just go talk to the police department.
Well, technically, I guess I'm court ordered not to talk to them.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, because part of a court order. Because they've been discriminating, because the fact that I was picketing and I wrote to them about me coming to picket and whatever, they just want to be jerks about. See, under the American Disabilities Act, I have problems with communication. The way they want to look at it is they just want to call me crazy and not even deal with me. And that's entirely against the law. So already I have the grounds for a lawsuit. But they have criminal charges against me currently, and I have 6 months to do a lawsuit. So before I do that, I'm waiting in case I want to, you know, for one thing, I get more evidence. I mean, really, you know, this is only relevant because the hospital, in a sense, is part of it all. But there was never, yeah.
It's really between you and the police department.
Right.
We're doing our job. We're taking care of the patients when they're in here. That's what we're supposed to do.
Right, but they're wanting to be jerks. I mean, even right now, that's why I came down here to see what, you know, and of course they're wanting to be jerks about it. And the way the system normally works, they could get away with what they did, but they weren't following the law to begin with, so it ends up being
but
their...
I don't see anything that we've done wrong.
Well, you know, and that's a funny thing, the way the law works. So somebody's brought to the hospital against their will. You get their name and everything, but if they don't really need treatment, I mean, if somebody's brought to the hospital against their will and they don't really need treatment, do they deserve the bill or don't they? You see what I'm getting at?
Oh, yeah. Would you, I mean, someone
The
bringing you in, would
people,
you rather not take care of you?
Well, the people bringing you in falsely are the ones I think should be liable for the bill.
But see, they're the ones that have to make the decision to bring someone in or not.
Right, and if they didn't follow the law in making that decision, it doesn't mean that they don't still, you see what I'm getting at?
Well, like I said, it's between...
Yeah, since they stuck with it. See, I was under their control. See, that's what, if they bring in a prisoner, who pays for it then?
Well, sometimes they do legally have to, and sometimes, you know, they don't.
But who does the bill go to when the prisoner is brought in?
It all depends. There's different circumstances. Sometimes the prisoner will still get the bill.
Oh,
Even though
okay.
the police brought him in. You know, it all depends.
Oh, okay.
And don't ask me what those...
Because in a way, that's
because
what...
I don't know, but sometimes
Yeah.
the prisoner has to be...
See, that's what the situation basically is I was in their police custody and brought in.
We're all adults,
right.
And we have to make decisions, you know.
Well, unfortunately, when you have communication handicap... See, it wasn't my decision to come here. It was their decision once they surrounded me and told me I'd be arrested and had me scared to death. I cooperated because I didn't know what else to do. Because I figured something like that might happen, because I knew I was standing up. The part of the reason I was speaking to begin with was because of past discrimination and illegal conduct by the police. And I haven't, basically, I think criminal charges deserve to be filed, but I can't get anybody to file criminal charges because nobody wants to listen to me. And unfortunately, you know, it may be the way the system is, and, you know, it could be wrong and illegal, and in theory the FBI should be involved in prosecuting whatever. But I've even had problems with the FBI because me picking for mental health handicap issues apparently upset a few people because I'm not the best writer, and I mentioned being called a killer in the past by people locally, and I guess that got some people afraid. So they came to harass me at my house saying that, you know, you're going to be arrested and go to jail because you make people afraid. Then that's what they arrested me for, is inducing panic. Thing is I was never the one that, you know, when you have mental health issues and people are acting like, well, you might kill people and whatever, and you've never even suggested it, and they came up with the idea is who's really inducing panic? It's people, the media, and everybody else. You know, so it's like right now I'm being charged as, you know, if I'm really guilty, then the police are guilty and complacency for helping me in the crime. So it's a really, you know, I think that they're slow and starting to figure it out. But that's where it's stuck to where the hospital's still going to end up billing me. So I guess I can write Marcy Cap people about it now. But so anyway, well, thank you for.
You're welcome.
I came down here to try to at least see what you might see or do. Okay.
We got to give you credit for that.
Well,
You have a good day, sir.
I'll probably be picketing again in front of the police station just to test them. But anyway, have a good day.